normally, and timestamps may or may not exist depending on what I do. Also, quickly, my saves just got really messed up. So, I was actually in Days of Tornado level 8, but now I'm back at 7, so... I'll do my best to survive. But what I was trying to say is that, one, my saves were messed up, so that's why that happened. But two, that's why we're starting from where we are here. Also, we're starting on a new update, so yeah, if I didn't already make it known somewhere, then we're just gonna go through this. And normally, what I actually wanted to say at the very beginning of the video was that oh goodness, I'm forgetting my own mind! Well, anyway, let's move on. Maybe I'll remember. Noir, and Dorothy, just to get some new content. But, yeah, this is update 8.0. Oh, what I was gonna say is that normally these trying to play again videos, which may be what this video goes under series-wise. I don't know what Futures Me is gonna do, but yeah, normally they're not long, and I normally like to make short videos. That's what I'm trying to say. What do I want to do here? I'm going physical HP because I'm trying to push very specific unlocks. That being said, fine. But yeah, normally they're not longer than like 3 minutes, maybe 10 minutes at times, but other than that, I usually like trying to play again series to be very short videos, but that's not the case, so hey. Also, yes, if I didn't already mention it, I'll mention it one more time, is that DRAPLINE is on version 0.8.0, which assumably means there's one more major update before the game gets its final final scenario. So, yeah, let's find out. Do I want evasion? No, I don't. None of these are really great, though. Medium chance for strength now when hit. So decreasing the strength of someone else, I assume, although I'm being slapped by a lot of magical attacks, so basically I have a lot of more success running HP builds, which is not something I know more about DRAPLINE than playing other strategy games, let's just say that much. But yeah, we'll build into HP. I do have rerolls, but I decided not to because I already get... When I see HP, I'm just going to pick it up. I'm not going to really fight against it, and the only two that I really want to work for are not Tori, although I would like to do Tori at some point. I guess we will reroll here. Forgot his name, but either him or Morgantiana. But let's see here. A smaller physical deals a smaller physical attack. Actually, I just realized. Okay, I do have punch. Sometimes I start with Spark, and I think like over half of the runs I start with Spark, I just end up losing. I can't get, no, I think I've seen at least one or two different runs where magic is great, it's absolutely delicious, but I just could never get things set up properly, and then I just end up dying, so shrug. Anyway, let's punch and just get our passive up. That looks like a lot of damage, but I promise you it's not as much. Also, we should really be on level 7. If we're not, well, I'm just going to be sad. But last thing to mention for the moment is that I forgot what I was going to say because I'm looking over at something and I'm seeing something be sad. So, goodness gracious. But if nothing else, yes, DRAPLINE's a fun game to get into. Put my mind off things at times. Now, I don't play it often, but it helps out. I need an AoE skill, by the way. I didn't look into anything else, although I would have noticed if there's another mini-boss, so I guess we'll find out. I do need to increase my strength. We do need some kind of substat, but we're not running into anyone we want to be working for anyway, so you want to go out? Go out! No, never mind. Eat somewhere nearby. I did see health, but I don't remember how large the increase is there. And if we can train with Morgantiana, that would be great, because we are building HP. But we're also looking for strength as well. Hey, 30 stamina. So, we did not, so we're just going to work for someone. And if Ku wants to go wild, she gets to go wild. Otherwise, I'm just going to go praise. I have not unlocked all specifically Steam achievements yet, so hey. Governs lightning, I forgot, isn't that agility? I guess I can look at it again, but... yeah, agility. Agility? Yeah, agility. So, accuracy would be nice, but no, and I think I'll just make this fast. Normally I would slow down and fight small monsters, especially if I get some kind of artifact that allows me to basically get more bang for buck, whether it's a stamina decrease of use or it is a increase of gold rewards. So I think my OBS, please stop cutting me off. But Yeah, one of those two before I really start spamming small monsters, but if I don't get it before near the end of the year, I normally don't bother with small monsters anymore. Hey, it's another Morgantiana train. And yeah, for the sake of Morgantiana's sanity and affection, we'll just do what we do. I would like a wild coup, though. I usually like playing wild anyway with coup, but sometimes it doesn't work out, and so I just end up with a rule because I don't want her to be eating things when I'm training under, or I'm having her work for NPCs that, well, I want to get their bonuses. So I could do a small monster there, but again, we're just gonna speed it up. Dig, dig, dig. That probably wasn't worth it, but hey. Also, by the time this video comes out, I should have already. I mean, I know I already done it, but if something goes wrong, just know that the Midas Touch Infinite that I displayed, which it's not really an effective infinite, but it is an infinite, has been patched because Midas Touch now has the effect where every success decreases the chance of it succeeding to take gold. So, based on int instead, magical resistance, magical power. Yeah, magical resistance, because we are not using magic this run. Didn't even see what that was. You can skip a lot of things in this game now, by the way. So, vitality, blah, blah, strength. We have a lot of gold. I would like a shop visit. Don't know if I'm going to get it, though. Okay, never mind. We did get it. I think I do notice that I spend a lot more gold usually here, so shrug, right? Hey, glasses. We do have a skill that guarantees our attacks, but yeah, we're just going to do this for now. All target attack power. Yep, and then that's going to be it. We're going to get reroll tickets, but we don't want to use any more gold, so hey. Strength training, please. Please don't let there be Morgantiana or Artie, I think is his name. Anyway. Agility, HP, blah, blah, blah. I could reroll. I'm going to reroll once. I know I said that I wasn't going to do that, but then I decided to do it. Well, we do need stamina. I don't know if that's actually better for us. If I just keep... so that I can never rest, but hey. Did I ever eat that? I'm just going to use a confectionery box just to be safe. I am not playing... Oh, Arches. I'm going crazy. I got the NPC's name wrong. No, we actually need Arches this run. And off we go. I like focusing to... When I'm trying to do a thing here, I think I would like critical power. Because I have... Crit up. I do. Sharpened Claws. Flames of Adversity would also be nice. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's go for the big shiny skill instead. I will eat the house, though. The serious ones are when the music stops, but that's mainly the NPCs and the village. Oh, sweet goodness. That doesn't allow me to eat when I don't have enough stamina. No, it's fine. Is this for the house? It is for the house. Use another box here. I usually don't end up eating like that, getting punished like that, but usually I do, so hey. Healing Beat. Tiny HP when used BB Cane. Here's the Midas Touch, by the way. So yeah, success rate, as you can see, I can't hover over it because the tooltip disappears. But that's the added effect. Success rate decreases per success. So you can no longer... it's no longer guaranteed, and maybe it even goes down to 0, but the point is not worth it. Yay, debuffs. Time to 15%. Someone else. It says 20%, but you get the point. Increase Sharpened Claws to a 1-turn cooldown. Don't mind if I do. Now, are we going to be able to use it effectively? Let's find out. I also have been half and half with critical increase because I have to spend a turn increase in crit rate. But with that upgraded, we should be a lot better. I don't need bash. Should probably... No, you know what? We'll use punch because we have the passive for doing extra stuff. So, yeah, after a small plus or lower damage type attack, you do an extra attack. So, hey. Hello, it's time to fight again. I have not actually, funny enough, I have not unlocked all of the backstories here because I think I keep missing one boss, even though I can choose them if I choose the bonus, but yeah, anyway. My buddy. Let's see here. Yeah, let's get our crit rate. We should normally be able to hit. I think the evasion increase is still more than what I can, my current accuracy. Yeah, evasion 25%, so we're not guaranteed at all. I think it's around 90% at the moment, but let's find out. Let's punch and find out. No, let's actually defend. Because defending here, stalling for your breath attack is a valid strategy, at least in my opinion. But if we can actually hit a lot more often, that would help out as well. Now, also critting would help out immensely, but if we don't get it, we don't get it. Also, we have a healing skill, but oftentimes I find myself getting slapped so hard that, yeah, we just end up going down before we can heal. Especially when our agility is a lot lower. But now that we have below 50%, we can do this. We'll get our breath, and we should be a lot better. In my opinion, it really, really hurts to not have some kind of healing, whether it's items or skills, preferably skills, because that way you can kind of zigzag. I'm not the most knowledgeable on DRAPLINE meta in terms of if you want to just climb through level 7, 8, and 9, but I mean, seeing how far I've gotten, I don't think I'm doing so bad. Sure, we're gonna sharpen claws regardless, though, just in case. She'll have those debuffs for a while, so we do get to just do whatever we want. If we miss 8 times in a row, though, then, I mean, I guess I missed 8 times in a row, so, hey. Yeah. I mean, I almost went down there. I do have the bonus that starts me off with an extra heal, with an extra revive, but I normally like to say that for Noir. So, Noir. Oh my goodness. On a successful, no. Trap Master, no. I'm gonna reroll once here. And then, yeah, on higher levels, the rerolls cost more per reroll. Okay, fine. We're planning to increase our HP, although we do need to increase our defense as well. It's way too low, because that's why we're getting slapped so hard as well, but we'll do our best. So we're gonna get a festival. I'm gonna reroll this. Yeah, strength. I don't want to be a glass cannon, though. Glass cannons, it can end pretty badly for me, so... A voucher, paper fan, reward candy, no inspirations, but that's fine. HP or strength? Preferably HP, preferably strength. If you get defense, that would be okay too, but we're going to take strength, because I'm just going to go all out here. I know I just said I didn't want to be a glass cannon, but if we can't defend well, we might as well slap something really hard. But yes, our next boss is Noir, so the revive will help out. You know what will also help out? Better ingredients. I know I saw HP there, but we're going to gamble on this. I guess so. That is a 50% increase on our own defense, but hey. And Archer said, no, we don't have enough stamina. Do I have an item for this? I thought I did. I did not. Well, okay, I guess we will sleep. Sadness. And here's our affection rate. Again, so for update 0 or version 0.8.0 onward, you have these affection events with all the NPCs, and then we have an extra boss. So those are the primary highlights of this update. But there are other smaller things that are available. So this is the passive, right? Yeah, passive. We don't need as many other skills, but it would help still. And watch me actually get stamina increase. And then I choose to rest here, but you know what? Actually, I should have increased my resistance because we are going to get slapped. Actually, I don't like these ingredients. We're going to try again. I don't like these either. We're going to try one more time. Fine, we'll take the cheaper option. And Morgantiana we go. No, because we want Morgantiana to like us. Applying a debuff, no. Evasion, bonk. Magic resistance, probably that, right? Extra reward when defeating. So this is what I meant by small calamity buffs, but an upgrade would be nice as well. But I like this passive better. So away we go. We will eat this though. I do want to be a little wild, but into summer we go. Stamina up, please, because I just want to spam the locations. I still think it's for the best, but maybe it's not. I guess we'll find out. So eat it all, become more wild, also more stats, but become more wild. I think it's, yeah, that's an okay increase, right? Pretty much a couple hundreds of values worth, but hey. Restore extra, restore more stamina. And do I... Oh, no, we're gonna do Swamp first. No, I made a bit tiny mistake. So, we do have enough stamina, I think, for the last part of summer here. Because being able to defeat Octanya here will help out immensely. So, let us take something. Yeah, we're probably gonna take Sweep. And assuming we can visit the last, the waterfall area... which we can with the power of stamina. We need to set our skills here, otherwise we won't have it, which is not great if we don't have it. So flame, sharpen, and punch. That should be good enough. So waterfall, eat everything at the waterfall, and also eat the crystal. And into the mid-boss we go. I should have mentioned this earlier, but usually I like translating a bit of Japanese for the title and description for the video with the timestamps, but, I mean, obviously I'm speaking English throughout the whole video, so maybe it doesn't help as much, but we'll see if I actually do that. So, poison immediately, that helps, you know, whatever it is, but more importantly, if I sweep this, I hit that enemy really hard. In fact, I should, because next turn, the one on the right is probably going to block and negate physical damage. So yeah, as you can see there, get super damage because it took all the damage that the other ones were supposed to take. Unfortunately, it's doing magic instead, but that's perfectly fine for the moment. And the other main mechanic of this boss, aside from getting rid of the tentacles or the ads, is that, again, I'm explaining in case anyone's new to DRAPLINE, is that as the boss gets a unique buff that increases in level, your breath pretty much does less damage, so you can't rely on, well, you can't rely as much on breath to kind of carry you through the encounter. So yeah, that's all I have to say at the moment. Now we have super crit increase, crit, and crit power, but we do need to do an AoE, so sweep is still on cooldown, so fine. That should get rid of that. Don't block physical attacks, and we should be good to go. Yeah, good to go. So, sweep. Acidic wound. I think that nullifies our next buff, question mark? But, for the moment, you know what? Sharpen claws. Keep sharpening claws. We're going to be able to do breath, but the point is that we want to keep our buffs active. And right after using this breath, we can use Flames of Adversity and get all of our BP back. Or get most of it back. So, well, healing. Whee! But yeah, more importantly, let's keep our crit up. Yeah, I don't have to do it on turn 2 here, but I like doing it. Yeah, so because Acid Wound removes or stops me from getting one of these crit buffs, which is kind of important, especially if it is, yeah, the crit rate, which I desperately need, but we'll just try it again. Why not? Yeah, we just get crit power, not crit rate, but I think we get crit rate on our passive, right? No, I think it's just crit power. Never mind. Well, tactical regeneration. If I time this, or I could just breath. But I really should have done a sweep instead if this doesn't get rid of the tentacle. It did. All right, cool story. And then we just keep punching. Yeah, let's just keep punching. Yeah, keep punching. Keep sweep in our back pocket just in case a tentacle regeneration comes out too quickly. But yeah, AoE is really, really important here. Without AoE, that fight is either really slow or you're slowly dying. It's either is bad. Passive, please. Damage dealt and taken for 5 turns. BP on crit. I am running crit, but let's go for some damage. Usually, bosses will ramp up their damage. So by the time I take a skill that basically does revenge damage based on my HP lost, or HP, max HP, or something like that, then we will be taking damage that we want to take. Also, we're going to be setting up for the first 3-5 turns anyway, so hey. But while we're building into HP, let's keep building into HP. Look at her punch. Anyway. Take it home and open it. Never know what it's going to be. Attack misses, heal, tiny bit of HP. That wasn't great. Give us some items, please. Any HP recovery items is nice. And off we go. I keep forgetting I need to click. Resilience, please. I know we have a lot of resilience, or it looks like we have a lot of resilience, but we actually don't. And trading with Morgantiana we go. Jamming equal to damage taken. So, yep, that's what we take. No sushi. We're already wild enough as it is. I don't think that increases wild, but anyway. I think I have a rule item as well, but it's fine for the moment. So, actually, let's re-roll this one. Yeah, take HP. And we don't have enough for shop, so dig, dig, dig. I forgot how much you need. I think it's assumedly about 5,000, 6,000 per hit there, but meh. Let's see here. Yeah, restore stamina. Why not? Arches once more. And there's a 2-turn cooldown between affection events, so I need to keep that in mind as I try to grab affection events. Does Dorothy heal? I'm gonna take this just in case. It's not like we need any more attacks, although there's probably a good passive there. But as Arches is, well, kind of hurt, yeah, affection events. But yeah, we're mainly here for the gameplay. Normally I narrate, but this isn't my first time, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to get through it my first time. But it is nice to get backstory as the game keeps going. Also, gameplay-wise, you get specific types, as Arches is mainly claw skill, so we get claws, but other NPCs are relative to their own type, whether it's tail, roar, so on and so forth. I forgot what it's called. Crit rate on self, always act first. Reduce cooldown. I think Rhythm Punch. If we combo that with, or maybe not. Maybe I just use it as an attack. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna end up using it as an attack. So let's do that now. We can do it before the boss battle, but I'd like to do it now. So Rhythm Punch. There's something else. Revenge, actually. And then change Sharpened Claws for that. We could change Punch out, but I normally don't like to do that. I've had dead turns before, which is not great. The only time I don't mind as much is if we have a lot of items to use, which we might have a fair bit, but I would rather not take that risk. So hey. Although we could just sit and defend if we need be. Yeah, you know what? Let's... yeah, change that into Wild Scratch and see. We are wild ourselves, so... and that's not on a cooldown, apparently. So hey, fun times ahead. I think almost every one of my Noir battles has her casting insta-kill. You can, and you're supposed to actually have a way to burn her down immediately, so setup is not really what you're looking for in this encounter, but since we have a dragon plushie, we have an extra life, we can't afford to just take this down in the face, but we'll do our best to survive nonetheless. So... and for those who don't know any DRAPLINE, and I might as well just commentate, again, this is pretty much a 12-13 turn encounter in which you're just trying to burn this boss down before the Death's Grace that she curses you with incapacitates you on turn 13. I think it's at the end of turn 13, so I was a little wrong, but you get the point. It's a DPS check, another way to say it. Unfortunately, Sharpened Claws would have increased the critical power as well. Also, are we in an I was about to say, why did we do so many attacks? Well, anywho, it's probably one of my passives. Yeah, I can't really do anything else, so I guess we just continue doing Wild Scratch. Because that plus hit. Oh, we might have countered an attack? Question mark. Well, if she lowers my BP, if I use Flames of Adversity after, I should be fine, right? Well, too late now. And then Ku just flamed in wild, so that's kind of one of the few oof moments, but hey. Wild Scratch. And I think this is also with the passive that is increasing our critical power as well, so... basically the extra small attack is a nice little boost, but it's not the end-all be-all. You would rather still use a big, heavy-hitting attack. Also, Noir isn't doing a lot of damage anyway, so I don't get a lot of revenge damage, but it's fine. So, if we reach the end here, again, my usual strategy is just to let Noir cast the curse and tank the hit with the thingy-majiggy. The revive. We should have the revive, right? Am I going crazy? Also, I didn't look at the other passives. Start of the battle, Thin Ice, so no debuffs. Still no debuffs, and very, very tanky defense. Well, we do our best. And yeah, we just take this in the face. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we have I see the buff for the dragon plushie here, so oof. Into dragon plushie. I don't think that counts for revenge damage, though. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't. My body. Well, yeah, it only happens once. It's not like Noir will cast the Death's Embrace again, so you can just feel free to do anything you want. But again, normally you're supposed to DPS checker. That's the intent. Does that ignore breath? It does ignore breath. Well, well, well. Fine, be that way then. We will still Dragon Breath, but would have been nice. Can Ku wild into Dragon Breath? Huh. I don't remember. I don't play DRAPLINE enough. But anyway, autosave complete and off we go. So this should be, yeah, boss 3 into the final, which you should be able to tank by now. If shield is greater than 1, deal small magic, nah. Low poison for chance for poison, medium damage, and strip buffs. I don't know what Dorothy does, so again, I did one run and I didn't run into her because I didn't set my my buffs. Hey, we have a different Ku. Let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Just more stamina. If we get shot, so be it. Otherwise, Morgantiana. I think Morgantiana has her events. It's based on HP, right? Because Archis is strength, but meh, we'll deal. Again, we purposely want our defense to be a little lower, just so we can take more damage and do revenge, but we'll see. So, yeah, Blossoms. Enemy excels at inflicting debuffs, likely also means evading blocking attacks. She press the offense with powerful attacks, so it doesn't stall. Well, that's theoretically what my revenge damage is for, but as I see something to the side, we should be okay. 30,000 gold. Yeah, let's shop. I don't think we're gonna get anything that allows us to do a thing, so that's gonna be an interesting one. I'm pretty sure that gets rid of the thingy-majiggy. Stamp card, less likely to slack off, fail. Halves damage taken. Halves damage if damage taken is greater than 70%. No, I actually don't want that. If ignoring commands, increase in power. And I think we'll just take that to be off because I want to be able to buy ingredients as well. So, without further ado, yeah, you know what? Let's sell these because I'm not actually going to use them. No, please! Let me sell. Oftentimes I see them being sold and bought for less than we care for. Also, that's right. There are other thingamajiggies. There are other side... Oh my goodness. Side bosses as well, which I probably should try to fight. We're going to reroll here. HP, agility, off we go. And yeah, off we go. Hey, Morgantiana. Let's train. I need this. I don't need the sushi, though. Although that is an interesting increase in stats, we don't need it. Medium chance for intelligence down. Yeah, we don't... Ooh, nah. I think we actually do have a heavy-hitting attack as well. So, let's find out if we can actually fight Dorothy. Which is the name of the boss, I'm pretty sure. Agility up, mine as well. You know, just stay on pace. I'm pretty sure every time I try, though, to increase my agility enough to outspeed the boss, it doesn't actually work. I know there's an RNG factor to it still. I feel like there is. But, yeah, also let's try not to get eaten, so I do need to pay attention to my wild nature as well. Or Ku's wild nature. But anyway. Resilience and stamina. And let's continue onward. Hey, Archis! Skill Inspiration. Debuff into Recoil. Midas Touch Gust. Funk. Dancing Dust. Intimidate. So we're just going to take a passive here. OBS cut me off because of noise suppression. Don't eat the ground. And off we go. That seems like it's the whale, but we'll find out. Resilience up? No, that's just getting vitality. Around 4,000 to 5,000 vitality is where I'm usually okay with. So let's find out if we can defeat this. It's been a while since I played DRAPLINE, admittedly, so... Skill Inspiration, Sonic Blade. Preferably I'd want a passive. Okay, bonk. But, tiny damage, large damage, low accuracy. You know what? Just go for it. If we miss, so be it. I don't think we're still penalized for losing. So off we go. I think I needed that healing item, but it's too late now. So, let's just take our resilience increase and be on our merry little way. So, let us make sure that we're prepared. I think I want to take revenge, because it's not like we need to rush this, right? No, I think it escapes if we don't. So, Aura Crash question mark? Medium damage to 1, remove all positives. Yeah, let's just go for huge attacks. So, would like to increase crit. We should have enough power for this, right? Guess we're gonna find out. So, yeah, 150,000 HP. And yeah, escapes at the end of turn 10. So, to cycle everything, we immediately just want to do our attacks. Please don't miss. And we try to do our best. The poison will help, but it's not the best thing. Actually, Aura Crash strips the shield, I just realized. So, whoopsie doopsie. But, since we're not really... Well, we're taking damage now. But, we're not really taking damage regardless. So, yeah, let's do our best. Oh my goodness, I missed. I don't think we have any more now. We'll do our best, but I'm pretty sure I don't get to do anything else. Should not have brought flames with us. Help! Strip that. And off we go. So, Dragon Breath. I don't think we make it out. I don't think we beat this in time. It's gonna look close, but I promise you. We needed to actually take more damage. We also need to just hit our attacks. So, you know what? Fun times ahead, right? Oh, goodness. If I hit those, I'm pretty sure I would have been able to get out. Or, pretty sure I would have been able to win. Yeah. Well, bye. Again, there's no penalty. It's just nice to be able to defeat that. I think even if you are defeated by such an enemy, the game is not over. So, we take the strength, and yeah, off we go. Probably should have just taken crit and try to be more consistent, but... Yeah, so replace the low accuracy attack with... just making sure I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Yeah, replace the low accuracy attack with Rhythm Punch. Hey, Arches. Look at that guy. But the stories aren't over yet, so I still have to wait. If I were to guess, if I were to just throw out a guess, I would assume DRAPLINE is completed in February of 2027. That's my guess. Anyway. Poison upgraded by the passive question mark? Otherwise... Oh, ignoring or... Do I want to try poison? Let's try poison. Why not? I know a lot of bosses cleanse at this point, but... Shrug, we'll find out. And off we go. These aren't great ingredients. That's... okay, I guess. Logo power. I still want more HP, actually, but I didn't really get the choice, did I? Let's rest this turn instead. There's a shot, but we don't want to use that. There is HP as well. Now we're going to reroll one more time. Right. That looks a bit better. Again, basically just trying to bulk ourselves up so that we can revenge at a certain point. It'll be helpful against the final boss of the Days of Tornado runs. In fact, we can even eat an NPC because we would like the HP. That's a lot of wild, though, so I do need to worry about, yeah, I do need to worry, basically. Well, reroll once, maybe get something better. This wasn't great, actually, and I can't reroll anymore. Well, hey. Yeah, at this level, I think Ku threatens to game us over really quickly, so... I thought I had a rule item. Do I have a rule item? I thought I did. Yes, I do. So, we'll take it just to help out. But right after that... So, let's... Yeah, I might as well upgrade if we're going to do that. So, we want to deal upfront damage, eh? Let's... Yeah, we're going to put Rhythm Punch back on. And I think we're just going to go with a lot of small attacks this time. Although there are buffs, so you know what? Sharpened yeah, we're gonna keep Aura Crash then. We'll keep Aura Crash for the moment. Again, I want Flames for the HP recovery, so hey, Dorothy. I'm still gonna skip your dialogue, I know. She looks so nice. Look at that watering can. Watering can? Watering can. Watch her actually have healing, I'm gonna be a little sad. But anyway, let's do our thing. Damage from Thor's bypass your shield, poison duration. So yeah, debuffs, debuffs, debuffs. Cannot be removed, and yeah, we get reverse healing, which actually I don't know. Does that? I don't think that would count as revenge, right? Well, time to find out. Yeah, so I have to keep in mind that when I use, because it's the next instance of healing, so I might even want to just Flames of Adversity already. Please act first so I can strip these buffs, though. Yeah. Ow. And from this point on, yeah, so we're getting our max HP debuff, but what we actually want is to grab BP now before we hurt ourselves through HP healing. So, we don't have anything else to use. That's unfortunate. Can we toss something? We can do this. Might as well. And let's Rhythm Punch again. Yeah, there's going to be a battle of attrition. I was going to say attribution. That would have been the wrong thing. Strip shield. Unless she dodges. And man, my revenge is so worthless at the moment. And we don't have anything. And we might as well just throw it out. Watch her actually slap me. She will once she does a breath. But the point is that we need to push her into doing a breath first regardless. So we could also then choose to... I should have actually accelerated away the healing debuff. Or the reverse healing. But it's not the time yet. Ignoring commands, don't defend, then... Okay, good. And this should be the turn. Does she breath immediately? She does breath immediately. Well, defend then. I still want to defend. I don't want to just take all the damage in the face, but... Probably could have just tanked that in the face, actually. So, accelerator again. Cleanse everything. Oh my goodness! Oh, we don't have flames yet. I guess. I don't want to Ambrosia, though. I'm a little greedy. So let's just use Medicine 50 for 50,000. And Rhythm Punch. Rhythm Punch? Rhythm Punch. No, my max HP! Now that being said, we did not really have a boss that deals with max HP builds, so all things considered, it's not the worst thing in the world. It is something to keep an eye on. But again, I've max HP this boss before, so I'm perfectly fine with it. Revenge. That way we get our breath. Theoretically speaking, we get our breath. And we breath. Yeah, I think we're in a fight against time. I think I can use an item and be fine. So if I use an item like 10,000 HP, this should reverse my own healing. Oh, and we're getting our max HP super debuff, by the way, but we don't have any more thingamajiggies. So, you know what? Looks like it is a battle of attrition. We want to take this damage first. No, let's strip the buffs first. And hopefully she's not slapping us super hard. Flames. Don't hurt us. Oh, goodness, I was so close. Flames. And with a few more attacks, we should be out. Yeah. Usually when I come into this this boss, I end up having a lot more heavy attacks and a lot more passives that help me out. But this time I didn't get that, so hey. Revenge, crit revenge? Oh, that's right. Never mind. Never mind. I think you're gonna... Nope, you're not going to. Hey! I should have actually stripped the shield first, but it's too late now. Oh, yeah, it's too late. Well, we'll do our best. Because we have... Oh, no, we don't have reverse healing. We don't have reverse healing, right? Oh, we do have reverse healing. Oh, no! No way we lose here, right? It's not like I'm going for a one-shot, so I will do one retry, but if I lose so many times, there's only so much I can do. This isn't an attack, right? No, it's not. Well, we do our best. Yeah, not having punch is, a bit bad. So, I think we just die here for this. Yeah, we just die for that. Well, fun times ahead! Alright, noted. Yeah, and that's right. We do have rematches. We're limited in our retries anyway with higher levels. So, yeah, we do want to strip buffs. I do want flames regardless. Revenge? Probably not going to use revenge then. So let's Wild Scratch instead, because that's not on a cooldown, if I recall. But let's actually keep our... No, let's actually Sharpen Claws. Yeah, this seems like the way to go. Again, normally I'm just hitting her really, really hard, so... yeah, off we go. But, with that said, immediate sharpened claws into stuff our max HP. Now that being said, if we get our max HP debuffed and we had lower max HP, that's kind of bad as well. I haven't tried that before, but I'd assume it's just as bad, unless there's better, worse scaling off of having lower max HP. But I don't know that for sure. So hey, ah! Super max HP debuff. Well, we can continue to wild scratch here, but yeah, problem I'm having is I'm still not doing it. All the damage is literally coming from the poison. That's what I'm trying to say. So, we'll do our best. Well, basically, I don't want to use flames or the accelerator until we are in a dire situation, basically. But that comes quite often for me here. So, yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, more crits would be much appreciated as well. But we'll see what we can do. This should push her into a breath, which means, never mind, I lied. Well, well, well. If it isn't me lying to myself due to lack of information. We can still take this or a crash. I think that's worth 20,000. And here's the breath. Out, and there's my face being hit. So let's hope we can tank enough damage for 2 turns. If not, this is gonna be really, really interesting. Yeah, we're taking Thorns damage, unfortunately. So I may have waited a bit too long. Oh, no, we didn't, because, yeah, that's right, we do get a thingy. Please tell me I get to Flames here first, though. Okay. Good. We get to Breath again. Actually, we need to strip this shield first. And now we Breath. Admire the flowers as I breathe on your face. But yes, more importantly, we don't want to be debuffed with everything. We have reverse healing now. Why didn't we Breath earlier? What's going on here? What's going on? Oh, I think Ku ignored commands for a moment. Well, Sharpen Claws, just to make sure. I mean, I could see the buffs, but we didn't have the high version of it. Aura Crash. And then we scratch. We scratch this Durgan. Stop the thorns! I feel like we're about to get slapped by another breath soon. There was the healing, by the way, but that one instance of Dorothy healing was probably not worth the thingy-majiggy. So we're gonna Molten Accelerator now, because I don't feel like taking much more damage afterward. I think during the breath I can actually do a thing. Yeah, we're gonna do this now. And then we'll heal on this turn, question mark? Yes. So we will strip the shield next turn. She will stop for a moment. I think she's going to decrease my max HP one more time. No, and then we missed. No, the one time we didn't need to miss. Well. Does Flames of Reversity trigger twice, by the way? Well, I guess we're going to find out, because we're going to get hit by a breath right after this, I think, if we do not defeat this boss now. So, Rar. Breath, question mark? No. But we don't have Aura Crash yet. I gotta keep an eye on my HP, because if we're getting hit too hard, we can't actually attack on the turn we want to attack. So, yeah, let's find out. No, I didn't want to Flames. No, that just killed me. No, no. Why do I do this to myself? But just to look elsewhere, let's actually try something different. Well, Sharpen Claws. I only used Flames once. Is it worth it? Let's find out. Let's find out if we do something else. If for no other reason than I have something else rotating aside from the Wild Claws. Wild Claws? I'm going crazy. Well, first sharp, yeah, Wild Scratch. Sorry. Yeah, and I realized why my shield, the strip was off. It's because I used Aura Crash one turn after on one turn. Because I think I also missed. But anyway. Ignoring commands, please do Wild Scratch then. Because, yeah, that would deal a lot of damage. So, charge. That's not as much damage. Yeah, so I really want Wild Scratch to be the one that just gets ignored. But, depends, doesn't it? So, shield, and then we strip that. Never mind. Not if Ku ignores orders. But if it's a Wild Scratch, it's perfectly fine. So, Wild Ku. I actually haven't had a lot of Wild Ku builds work correctly, and what I mean by that is, so just to go over it really quickly for 5 seconds, if I can get my turn back, is that Wild Scratch, yeah, if ignoring orders, the damage increases. That's all I'm trying to say. Dragon Breath, might as well burn it. But right afterward, we need to use the Accelerant and then heal ourselves. So does this happen after she does the thing? She does not. Well, well, well. At least we're not hit by thorns, but hey. Can we strip that, please, though? Yeah. We do not have our Sharpened Claw, so let's apply that. But as we slowly get our max HP dropped back down, what I'm hoping is that we disobey into a Wild Scratch. That's the RNG version. The actual version is that we is that we just Wild Scratch our way to victory. But hey. And I don't think our healing has been reversed yet. No, so let's actually... Hold on, let's... No, let's heal. Let's just be safe and heal. This is our last retry. So, Medicine 30. Should be more than enough for the end of the battle. And... Sharpened Claws. And if Ku disobeys into Wild Scratch, it's cool. If we just do Aura Crash, it's cool. Everything is cool. Just do something, Ku, and don't disobey too badly. And away we go. I mean, this isn't the end, but in the next 2 turns, it should be over. If this isn't already over. No, it's not. Oh, Wild Scratch. I'm not going to risk the charge and miss. Yeah, there's the crit. And I didn't mean to defend there. No! Please. Oh, my goodness. I did that to myself. Well, disobey. Wild Scratch, please. Well, that'll work too. I don't know if is it guaranteed on both wild levels? Guaranteed crit on both wild levels. So if you didn't know, ignoring commands, I think also increases power itself as well. So there's super power increases with the way we do a thing. So Dorothy, that was the Steam achievement sound, which is odd because oh, my internet. That's what happened. That's why. So if you didn't know, if weird things happen to the internet, then what ends up happening is that your Steam and saves don't get basically reported to Steam, and that can cause a whole bunch of things. Now, usually offline, you would, and other people can confirm this, you will still get Steam achievements when you go back online, but for some reason, not just DRAPLINE, but a few other games, when you're offline and you should theoretically get an achievement, and then you connect back to the internet and Steam, you won't get the achievement. So that's something specific that happened to me. I don't think it's specific to DRAPLINE. I think it's literally just something on my side, though. But that's another problem for later. Bye, Morgan Gianna. You're too hurt. Yeah, sure. And let's work for the moment. We can eat 2 NPCs if we so choose, but our wild... whose wild nature is a bit too high. BBT, -20. We'll counter with a magical attack. Why not? Well, we're taking more magic damage from it, but eh. And we didn't find HP, so we just build strength. And we cross our fingers and hope we can defeat the boss. I think I do want revenge. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want revenge for this boss, for the final boss here. That being said, let's also take Vitality, because I don't remember what our last coup was, so yeah, let's find out. Charge, huge, larger damage, or more synergy. Let's go for it. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be sticking... I'm basically just looking for passives. If we don't find passives, Yeah, we're working with these skills we have, unless we have an upgraded skill that's actually a lot better, but that's normally not the case. So, yeah. Anyway, Martha as well. No, we don't want her to be too wild. And if we eat an NPC or a village, it will be, that will push us to game over possibilities. So, as we get near the end of the game, not as much, but just want to be safe. Hey, it's a Martha event. Also, I could hold control. Rage charge, you'll always deal massive damage unless we just miss. But that's what we were kind of rating for, so yeah. Could have taken the passive, but again, I don't remember the previous coup I trained, so... Shrug! Wow, we really don't get any HP anywhere. Hold on, I saw something else. Nope, that drops my HP, which I do not want. So, I guess we're actually a strength coup. I didn't actually mean for that to happen, but as we enter this and try to grab some healing, let's find out. Rule, you know what, just in case. Medicine R, might as well gamble. Treasure chest for a random artifact. And yeah, that's about it, because we actually want Ku to ignore commands at times. Quick dry, maximum stamina, that was useless, so I should not have bought that. But it's gonna be how it is. I was gonna say it's fine, it's not fine, because if I get a huge HP increasing ingredient food here, which we didn't, so just more strength. But theoretically speaking, actually, I probably should have taken Vitality instead, but it's too late now. No way. Let's try to eat something that'll give us a bunch of HP. If not, I'll just take strength next time we see it. No, we actually want defense as low as it is, but as low as the gain is, but you get the point. Skill inspiration, preferably a passive. VP gain, but otherwise crit rate. We're building crit. We have no power. Next time, don't want to gamble anymore. I think I do have a free loan way to get rid of a loan, but here I am still paying for stuff. So, might as well use the confectionery box. We have it. More arches working. No wild animals, although we should take the next one, because again, we still want to stay wild. Passive, less accuracy. Hey, more power. Let's get to this final boss quick. I should be more than prepared, unless I just misplay, but I guess we'll find out. I guess we will take a loan. Don't I have a thing, though? Let's find out. No, I don't. Well, unless you have to use it somewhere else, but it's too late now, so... I was trying to pay you. Come on. Into Tori. I keep calling her Tori. It's totally in English there, but hey. But fine. Totally event. Magical resistance. You know what? Considering our resistance and defense are low, might as well just kind of play it safe. We're gonna get smacked super hard anyway, especially when Starfall happens, so I'm not really going to complain. Yeah, what a time to actually have a bunch of high-cost ingredients, by the way, when I don't have the money. But, meh. I thought Morgantiana had events. We can eat the village, so hey. And 3-hit strike. I guess we're keeping 3-hit strike. 3-hit strike, sharpened claws, question mark. And a Morgantiana affection event. Quicker cooldown off revenge, which is what I want to see, so hey. And then Morgantiana might come and warn us, but it'll be too late. We'll be fighting the boss and the story will be over. But, while we're sitting here, yeah, you know what, we're going to take a loan. I actually don't want to end the game on a loan, but it doesn't seem like I have much of a choice here. So, unless I decide to fight a small calamity, but I'm not really picky, so shrug. Recovery, power charge, next physical attack power. Is that... Can I actually do that? Is it just one attack, or does that count for multi-attacks? Anyway, Morgantiana warns us about eating too many good things. And it doesn't seem like we have enough to pay off our loans at the end of the game. But, meh. No way. Get our money. We have enough to pay it back. That doesn't count, man. Well, hey, let's see. So BP -1, if your max BP is 100, you will pretty much almost never, if not never, be able to use breath. So, fan, might as well use our last rerolls. Shield equal to the damage taken, strength. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go for immediate out the gate opener. Don't need to eat the flower field, and off we go. So, this is our last retry, so we do need to pay attention. I think I still want to use Sharpened Claws. I don't remember if there's any buffs I need to strip, though. Well, too late now. Definitely take... Yeah, you know what? Just Revenge... Oops, that's not Revenge. I took a lot of, actually, damage increasing things, but you know what? I'm just going to go with what I know works. So, Flames, Revenge, Sharpened Claws, and Wild Scratch are not normally what I take, but... they'll work for the coup that I'm using right now. So, with all these healing items, although the damage we're going to be taking, like, Medicine 30s are not going to be enough, but maybe. So, right out the gate, we hope to do a lot of damage, but we're going to use up one of these attack turns to build our crit. Also, I don't know what these things are. So, Fading World, Acid Wound on the enemy every 5 turns, Unsettled every 8 turns. I forgot what Unsettled does. Let's see, and then get all these debuffs when the boss gets debuffed. So, yeah, immediately do this. Physical Chase. So we take physical attacks, but we can do our things. How much damage is this gonna do? I guess we're gonna find out, right? About 9,000 per. We do want to just go all out. Yeah, we got our strength stripped, didn't we? So that's fine for the moment, but it kind of makes me sad. So now I need to remember to keep my, even though I have Flames of Adversity, I need to keep my HP no lower than about 40-50 so I can try to tank something heavy in our face, like Starfall. But it's not, we're not that far into Starfall yet, so we should be able to just tank this, right? Yeah, we should be able to tank it. On turn 12 and beyond, though, we need to think about blocking. Also, that's right, we have a passive that applies poison. That's why I was like, how did that poison come back? But anywho, we should be getting a breath soon, right? No? Question mark? Well, I will breath myself then. Because I thought it was every 66 or every 33%. Yeah, it was. Unsettled. Wait, does that stop us from doing a thing? We'll ignore commands. Oh, preparing breath though. So, let's see. Yeah, so if you're ignoring commands, I mean, it doesn't matter what I do, does it? Although I lose my Sharpened Claws buffs. But with a Wild Scratch that's ignored commands, profit. That being said, we could have actually ignored commands into like a Flames of Adversity. It's not bad, but obviously we want the Wild Scratch to hit. And another... I don't think we can rush this, by the way, so we're actually going to just heal. Yeah, we're gonna heal. Let's just use Ambrosia. Why am I risking things here? And regardless, we're still going to do it. Yes, I did name it that. If you didn't know, when you name your Ku's breath attack, the preceding final boss will have an attack of the same name. Hey, Revenge. Ow! Why did that hurt me so much? Anyway. Increase cooldown of all skills currently on cooldown by more. Wow, I didn't even know that. Well, hey. Let's heal and be safe. No reason to... Oh, goodness. Especially if a Starfall is coming out next turn, which would be really bad for me, but... yeah, I would Dragon Breath here, but no. How much damage would we have taken? 76,000 damage. So keep that in mind as we're getting hit by Starfalls left, right, and center. Also, ignore commands. Please let this be Wild Scratches then. Nope, it was an ignore commands into Sharpened Claws. Help! I think we can still survive a Starfall. Never mind. All right, cool. By the skin of our Ku teeth. But anywho. Yeah, that could have gone really bad. With bad RNG, it could have gone really bad. But I think we still counts as ending on a loan, so that makes me a little sad. But I'll take it. So, reserved aura with a rough personality. And let's take our CP and go off. Clear points? Clear points? I always remember I never really remember what any kind of question mark P is called. Days of Tornado level 8, and we unlock all of the, well, the one entry that we got. And yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. We'll sit at the end screen here, because I don't want to spoil you with any fragments of space-time, but otherwise, yeah, can still get into DRAPLINE. Don't know if the price is going to increase when the game is complete at version 1.0, but we can return to the title, so I can at least, end on the version 8.0 notes. But again, with the end screen on screen, you probably won't see these. Also, there were new skills and artifacts, but I don't think I took any of them. And if I did, I didn't notice. But yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!